Jordana Green here. Thanks for spending time with me at the end of 2015. Like all year ends, one organization did its year in review. It's an organization with members who are often left out of a lot of things. But its founder and creator, Bruce Hopman, the founder of the International Middle Child Union, didn't want middle children to be left out of the best and worst of 2015. So Bruce is here now with his Middle Child of the Year.
The International Middle Child Union, world-renowned union.
Of course.
I felt we had the obligation to live up to the likes of Time Magazine, where we name a person of the year. So I started looking at some of the lists. Atlantic Monthly put out their 100 most influential figures in American history. I researched the top Googled celebrities and figures of the year. I wanted to, base this on some good hard facts. I wanted to pick the best of the worst, or the worst of the best. I'm not exactly sure. It's a middle child thing, so I'm not exactly sure how to couch it. But yeah, so I narrowed it down and came up with some candidates for Middle Child of the Year.
Okay, just to be clear, these are nominations for the worst middle child of the year. These aren't middle children who've done amazing things this year. These are middle children who've done terrible things this year. Is that true?
It could be. It
Okay.
could be. You see, that all depends on your perspective on what your expectations of a middle child are.
So if you expect us to be, screw-ups and mess-ups and get everything wrong, then, we'd be heroes among this group.
Exactly. So, which way do you play it? I didn't know, but as I said, I went and I started looking at some real lists that were out there and tried to pick the middle children off of them, and then see, where it goes from there. So names that came up, like some of the top Google names of the top 10, 4 or 5 of them were middle children. You had Caitlyn Jenner. You have Donald Trump. You had Charlie Sheen, who's been in the news again recently, and a mixed martial arts fighter named Ronda Rousey, who I never heard of.
Yeah, Ronda Rousey, yes.
I eliminated her. I eliminated Charlie Sheen because that news is not. Charlie Sheen has been in the news before, and I didn't think that was something necessarily that would qualify him for Middle Child of the Year. So I got Caitlyn Jenner. I got Donald Trump, and then there was another name that came up. And I had to do a lot of digging. There a lot of work goes into it because your birth order, your status in the family isn't something that's just available on Wikipedia. You got to dig a little bit. Nobody exactly goes, "Oh yes, I'm a middle child." They try to usually keep that information secret, so you have to do a little digging. Mm-hmm. I actually checked criminal records. I did. Martin Shkreli.
Oh, no, we don't want him among us. We'll take Trump's, but come on.
Okay, but that's the thing. Martin Shkreli, he is a middle child. And so now you look at them and you go, how do you, what do you base this on? Now, Donald Trump, he's clearly, a middle child on steroids.
Yeah, begging for attention. Oh, yeah.
Right. He just wants to piss off the other candidates. He'll push every button he can. These are great middle child qualities. But, it seems like half the country really likes him. So is that best representative of a middle child? Should it be Donald Trump? Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner is a middle child. She's a middle child now. She was a middle child when she was Bruce Jenner. So maybe she qualifies for two nominations. But, there was a very brave thing she did.
Yes.
Maybe Caitlyn Jenner should be middle child of the year. I am leaning towards Martin Shkreli because everybody hates this guy.
Oh, yeah. Nobody likes this guy. He's such a jerk.
He's totally unlikable, and that's kind of one of the things that middle children are, that we're always complaining about. Nobody likes us.
Well, for anybody who doesn't remember Martin Shkreli, he was the hedge fund manager. He bought a pharmaceutical company and then jacked up the price of a drug that fights infection from $20 a pill to $750 a pill. This guy is a real jerk.
He's a real despicable character. Nobody likes the guy, so maybe it should be Shkreli. That's where I'm leaning. That's where I'm leaning for our middle child of the year. Somebody that everybody could rally around and really can't stand and despise. Because that's how we feel. That's how we feel about that. People say, "Oh, my brother doesn't like me, my sister doesn't like me." It just seemed that felt more right to me than a Trump, who is a great example of a middle child, but too many people like him.
Got it. So Martin Shkreli, the most hated and the most, representative middle child of the year, causing trouble.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm saying the International Middle Child Union is naming Martin Shkreli. The I can't even pronounce his name right.
It's Shkreli.
It's not a likable name, is it?
No, it sounds squirrely.
It sounds like something that sounds like a growth.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, but Bruce, while I have you on the phone, let's say nice things about middle children. What are some middle children that do amazing things? I know you always tag me in tweets with Natalie Morales. She is a wonderful human being and a great journalist.
Look at this list. I looked at this Atlantic Monthly list of the 100 most influential figures in American history. 29%. And that's off a little bit because they list the Wright brothers as one person, which I don't get. And one of them is a middle child, one of them isn't. But 29 out of, I guess, what would be 101 on this list are middle children. And you got the likes of, Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson. That's big three right there.
Mm-hmm.
All middle children. You got Benjamin Franklin, Martin Luther King. There are tons of middle children out there doing great things and who have made this list. Bill Gates. We spoke about Bill Gates. Walt Whitman was a middle child. Walt Disney. 2 Walts. Look at that.
I'm proud of us. Look at all we've accomplished. Not just cause trouble.
Mark Twain, middle child.
I like that. Oh, see, I'm glad I had you on because now I feel better. As a middle child, also myself, and you know that. I'm very proud of all of us.
Well, I had a dinner. It's the end of the year, so I just had like a holiday dinner with my family, my brother and sister, just last night, as a matter of fact. And they're sitting around and they're talking about things, and they're, my sister goes, "Oh, remember when we always used to go to Uncle Albert's house for the weekend?" And I'm like, wait, I don't remember going to Uncle Albert's house. And I have like a really good memory. I remember lots of things. But my brother says, yeah, we used to go all the time. I'm like, I don't remember that. Then they're talking about some restaurant they always used to go to with my parents, this Italian place. Oh, remember we'd go there all the time. It was in the garden. I'm like, I don't remember this restaurant. Now, I know I have a really good memory. And I'm realizing they did all this stuff without me. They must have left me home with a babysitter, and they're going out and having all this fun. So last night's dinner was a little depressing, but typical middle child treatment. What we've come to expect.
Bruce, I'm sorry. All right, looking towards the new year, what is the Middle Child Union and your organization going to be looking into?
Well, we're doing it starts now, but every year on Middle Child's Day, August 12th, we do our outreach with minor league baseball, and last year we got up to 50 teams celebrating Middle Child Appreciation Night. Some of them do it on Middle Child's Day, some before, some after. I tell the teams, look, any night of the year you want to pay attention to us, we'll take it. It doesn't have to be on Middle Child's Day. It's all about giving us some attention. So we got 50 minor league teams that did it last year. Some of them are minor league teams of the Twins, by the way.
Good.
So I could get you that information so we can get a little support up in Minnesota.
Absolutely.
And I'm trying to reach out to the Northwoods League, I know, which is big up there.
Yes.
So I'm trying to get them involved.
And we should reach out to the St. Paul Saints, too. They have a very gregarious owner who I think might get on board.
I'll mention your name.
Mm-hmm.
I'll mention your name and see what that does.
You got it.
But yeah, that's a growing thing. So that's a big part of our effort between now and the summer. But I'm always trying to find the middle child spin on things. Valentine's Day is coming up in February. That's always a day when middle children are feeling particularly left out and unloved. So we need a little help on Valentine's Day. But basically any holiday. We kind of feel a little left out. It's just how it works. Christmas just passed. We spoke about this last year. The holidays are a rough time for middle children because we feel left out.
See, I'm going to have to go and hug my son now because I'm feeling like I hope I haven't left him out of anything, but he's my middle and he's going to get some extra kisses tonight. Bruce Hopman, always so fun to talk to you. Where can we find you again and follow your blog, sir?
You can. The blog is smackdabblog.com. You could follow on Twitter. At Midkid Musings, and then there's the Facebook page, the Smack Dab page, and you'll see links there to the Smack Dab shop where you'll find all kinds of middle child apparel, union logo T-shirts, middle child party T-shirts. I just put out my new Club Mid, the vacation resort for middle children where nothing is included, Club Mid. So I think we're going to put some of those T-shirts up there for sale as well, and all the royalties from sales of all the T-shirts go to UNICEF. So it'll benefit all children, which is a nice thing to do. So if you forgot to get your middle child a gift for Christmas, now's the time to make up. We're used to not getting gifts on time.
Stop it.
Christmas gift 2 weeks late is fine.
Always entertaining, Bruce. Always a pleasure. We'll talk soon.
All right. Thanks a lot, Jordana.